Morning student, today's chapter, that is chapter 2, components of food. Already we have discussed regarding different types of nutrients. Already we studied what are their uses, what are the role in our body, and how you obtain those nutrients. Already we have studied. Then how much amount of nutrients are often contained in a food materials. So already we have discussed regarding different types of nutrients. So today's lessons we will study regarding balanced diet. If you see balanced diet, the words itself saying balanced diet. Diet in the sense the food that we normally eat in a day is called diet. What about balanced diet? Balanced in the sense in right amount or right quantity of nutrients that the diet contains is essential. So this balanced diet. So for growth and for maintenance of good health, for growth and maintenance of good health of our diet. This diet means food that we normally eat in a day. Food that we normally eat in a day. Food that we normally eat in a day. That is known as diet. Balanced diet means food that we normally eat in a day. In food what it contains? It contains nutrients which are required in our body. So this food contains all variety of nutrients which are required in our body. But the nutrients which are present in the food item or in food, which food contains nutrients, that nutrients must be in right quantity or right amount. Therefore it is such as balanced. This balance means right amount of what? Right amount of what? Right amount of nutrients. Right amount of nutrients. Or you can say right quantity of nutrients. Amount, instead of amount you can also write quantity. Quantity of nutrients. So right amount of nutrients or right quantity of nutrients must be present in food that we normally eat in a day. That is known as balanced diet. What it now? So why you require this diet? Because in diet it contains all variety of nutrients that are required by our body in right quantity. So for what? For growth and maintenance of good health. What happens if you take excess of nutrients? Or what happens if the right amount of nutrients are not present in food? What happens? If you are taking less amount of nutrients, what happens? If you take more amount of nutrients, what happens? There is a problem. So that must be balanced. So also it contains, also the diet must contain, also diet must also contain roughage and water. It must also contain roughage and water. This roughage is not providing any nutrients to our body, but also it is eliminating any undigested food. Got it now? So water also required for our body for various purposes. It also excretes some waste, unwanted product from our body from outside through waste and urine. Got it now? So water also helps in observing some nutrients, useful nutrients in our small intestine. So this roughage and water also included in diet. Diet means the food that we normally eat in a day. Balanced diet. So this diet is known as balanced diet. Balanced diet means right amount of nutrients or right quantity of nutrients must be present in the food. That right quantity means more amount of nutrients not be present in food, or less amount of nutrients is present in food. If you eat more amount of nutrients, there is a problem. If you if you take if you intake less amount of nutrients, also problem. Some diseases you will study in next video. What will happen if you consume excess of nutrients? What happen if there is a deficiency of nutrients in our body? So there must be a balance. So the right quantity of nutrients we must intake in our body for growth and maintenance of good health. This is known as balanced diet. So what happen if all ages of people, do they take same type of diet? Or this what you need in a balanced diet also depends on amount of physical work that you do. Yes, but all ages of people, they depend on balanced diet according to their ages. All are we required balanced diet same. Got it now? So what are the food that we eat day to day life? Like if you some cereals, pulses, and also some vegetables, fruits. This all contains what? One or more nutrients. One or more nutrients. So therefore we require nutrients in our body in a right amount. Quantity of nutrients must be present in food that we take in a day. That is known as balanced diet. So what happened? So now eating a right amount of food is enough. Eating a right amount of food is enough? No. Eating a right amount of food is not enough, because the food, it should also be cooked properly. The food that we eat must be cooked properly. Assure that there is no loss of any nutrients. While cooking, there is chances of losing of many nutrients which are present in the food. So while cooking also you have to take care or be aware of cooking it properly. Got it now? So while cooking also you should cook properly, so that we must avoid losing many nutrients. So we must aware that while cooking, in the process of cooking and preparation of food, also there is chances of losing nutrients while cooking time. While cooking, lost of nutrients. Loss of nutrients. While cooking also we lose some nutrients. Or while cooking or preparation of food, we lose some nutrients. Why we cook food? We cook food because it gives us taste of the food. It gives us improve the taste of the food. Improve the taste of food. Taste of food. So also it will make easier to digest. Make easier to digest. What it means? So why you cook food? We cook food to improve the taste of the food, or else also make easier to digest. Also there is advantage, also there is disadvantage. So if you cook with excess of water, what will happen? If you use more water, what will happen? If you excess of water, if you while cooking, excess of water if you use while cooking, many useful proteins, useful proteins and minerals may result in lost from the food. What is that? Useful proteins and minerals may result in loss of may result in loss. What is that? Many useful proteins and minerals may get lost or thrown away with the water. Excess of water while cooking also it may result in loss of what? Minerals and proteins. And while cooking also there is chances of losing some nutrients. So you must cook properly so that while we cook food because it improves the taste of the food and make easier to digest. So while before cooking we cut some vegetables. What is that? If the vegetables and fruits are washed after cutting and filling them, what happens? It may result of loss of nutrients. It may result in the loss of some vitamins. As you all know, the skin of vegetables and fruits also contains some minerals and vitamins. The skin of vegetables and fruits also contains some minerals and vitamins. So similarly, if you repeatedly wash rice and pulses, also it may result in loss of some minerals and vitamins. So you have to take care of all these. What is that? After cutting vegetable, you should not wash. Before cutting of vegetable, we should wash. After cutting, if you wash, so it may result some loss of vitamins which are present in the vegetables or raw fruits. What is that? So therefore, also while cooking, we should not use excess of water. If you use excess of water, useful proteins and minerals may get lost, or it may result in the loss of nutrients such as protein and minerals. Why you cook food? Because it improves the taste of the food. Also, it makes easier to digest in our stomach. So therefore, we use. So what happened? As you all know, we have discussed already about nutrients, carbohydrate and protein. Both will give energy. They will not give minerals or vitamins, anything. They will not do other function like bodybuilding or maintaining good health or proper growth, like that. They will give energy. Both will give energy. But what happens? Carbohydrates and protein, carbohydrates and fats, both will provide us energy. Both will provide energy. Which will give more energy? Carbohydrate or fats? Which will give? Fats will give more energy than carbohydrate. Same amount of carbohydrate present in food. If you consume fats with the same amount of carbohydrates, then fats will give more energy. Fats will give more energy than carbohydrate. It will give more energy than carbohydrate. So carbohydrates and fats both will provide us energy. They will provide us energy. But if you comparison of both of these nutrients, fats will give more energy than same amount of carbohydrate. Then same amount amount of carbohydrate. They will provide, give more energy. So, sir, fats is providing more energy. Why can't you consume more amount of fats rich in food? The food which is rich in fats, why you consume more? So that we'll get more energy, so that we can do harder work. We can work hard. So we'll get more energy. But it is not fair. If you consume more fats, problem. So you must recommend it to consume the right quantity or right amount of fats that we require in our body. If you consume more amount of fats, which are like food, like those fast foods, they contains more fats. Samosa, or you can say puri. These all foods contains more amount of fats. If you consume all those food, what happen? It will leads to what? Obesity. What will it will leads to? Obesity. Obesity means what? Obesity means if you consume more food, what happens? The fats which will consume, that cannot be digested. It will not converted as a fatty acid or glycerol. Completely it will not digest. Those the fats which are consumed in our body, which will not completely digest, that undigested fats are stored as a what? In our body, which will store in our body as a, we can say, obesity. It will become fat. That's why we should not consume more fats. It is unhealthy. It will lead to some dreadful diseases, or it also leads in blockage of your artery, nervous system, which will lead to heart attack. So you must consume right quantity of fats. So today we will discuss about balanced diet. Of you all understood this topic, that is balanced diet. Next we will study about deficiency diseases. If you consume more nutrients, what happens? If the food items contains a less amount of nutrients, what happens in our body? So thank you. So I preparing the PDF of workbook first chapter. I will prepare I will solve and I will upload as a PDF for the first chapter, that is workbook. You have to complete in the workbook itself. Don't write mistake answer in workbook. Got it now? Thank you.